It's safe to say that the New York Giants looked awful in their Week 1 matchup versus the Washington Commanders, and a lot of people are putting the blame on Russell Wilson. But the more and more I looked at this tape, I realized Russ was not the problem in New York. And yes, he had a few plays that weren't perfect, but Russell Wilson is by far and away not the problem in New York. So let's jump into this film and let me show you guys why I believe coaching and offensive line play are a lot bigger of an issue in New York than the quarterback position is at all. I mean, just look at Daniel Jones with the Colts right now and look at how well he played in Week 1. First up, we're starting with the red zone opportunity here, because there's just absolutely no way you can win in the NFL if you're not scoring from this close to the end zone. Okay, we're going to look at it from the tight view. We just saw here that they're running a gadget play. What they're going to do is they're going to bring their tackle out and put him on a route right here and try to ultimately surprise the Washington Commanders. They have all these big guys in the game. They have Scatterbo in the game. It looks like they're running it straight up the middle. But I don't even want to pay attention to the gadget play here. Yes, they shouldn't have ran it. It's awful. I don't know why you're not just running QB sneak here. But I want to pay attention to the blocking, actually. Look at how much they are dominated up front despite having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 offensive linemen on the field, 3 tight ends, and one of the biggest running backs in the NFL mass-wise, right? Not tall at all by any means, but definitely a stocky guy in Cam Scatterbo. Even if he gets this ball, where does he go? I mean, this is some absolute awful blocking here by the Commanders. The fact that they can get home with this many people against the run and still be able to cover the gadget play right here shows that there's a huge problem with this Giants offensive line. And, I mean, what do you want Russ to do here? Nothing's open, right? There was no other guy he could have possibly thrown it to on this play. Don't understand the play call at all, but it is what it is, right? Throw away there, just get you to second down, right? Let's look at it here. And our offensive line tackles us. Let's look at it from the tight view as well. What I want you to look at here is, once again, Marcus Bowe. Look how far off the tackle he is right here. And watch how he's just going to get beat inside. You can't line up that far off the tackle and then get beat when you have a downhill blocking assignment. And that's what happens, right? He gets beat here. 74 does his best to help out. But Bowe got beat so bad that he's actually going to close the hole for us. He's going to do the defense's job for them. If he just stayed on the sideline for this play, we have a chance to score right here with Scatterbo. But he literally gets into the rushing lane. We're probably not going to score anyway because Bobby Wagner is not missing this tackle. But he makes Bobby Wagner's job very easy, right? And this is just terrible offensive line play. And look at a passing play from later on in the second quarter to really get an idea of, was this Russell Wilson's fault or not, right? And here's one where Russ misses his target, but you can't really blame him. Well, you look, this is something that the Giants are supposed to be really, really good at this year, because it's one-on-one with Malik Neighbors on the outside. And as soon as Russ is going to throw, he's getting absolutely destroyed, right? He can't step into this ball. It's actually a miracle to me that he even gets this ball that far out there. I mean, to be taking the shot that he's taking here, but why does it ultimately get so open? They're running what we call a stunt blitz, right? Where this inside guy, the D tackle here, is going to go outside and the DN is going to stunt and come on the inside, or crossfire, whatever you want to call it. And here you see that simply they just can't handle his strength, right? Hudson is staring down 91 despite knowing he has chip help, despite seeing him come inside. Hudson stares him down for so long that he's not able to get his leverage on 91 and gets Russell Wilson destroyed back there. Let's look at it from this angle and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Watch how long until he takes his eyes off of 91, right there. He's still, despite having a guy in his lap, right, the left guard is trying to pass him off. He's still staring at 91, Dietrich Wise Jr. And then finally he realizes, okay, it's a stunt. 76 actually does a decent job here. But James Hudson, the swing tackle, because Andrew Thomas is hurt, gets Russ destroyed. Waste of play, ultimately screws up a lot of momentum that could have been had if this was able to be a completion here. Now let's let this play run through, and then we'll see the problem here too. Another stunt blitz. It was like the Giants couldn't block these. Watch, 94 Daron Payne's coming this way. Luvu's coming on his backside. But watch, there's a double team right here, and we have an available offensive lineman right here. We really have no excuse, right? It's simply the left guard here just not being very good. right? Never getting his position right. He's kind of getting pushed back even when he does help out in the blocking space. 61, John Michael Smith is doing a really good job passing off and going to his guy, Luvu, right? But it's too late at that point because the left guard gets shoved back. Nothing Russ can really do here, right? I mean, ball out there, who's he throwing to, right? If you give him an extra second and a half, he can get to Malik right here. But with this pocket right here, he'd have to release this ball right there. And that's just simply not open. All right, there's a chance that's a pick six if he gets that out of his hand. So they have to do a much, much better job blocking up if Russ is going to have any chance at all. And I'm tired of seeing people say Jaxson Dart's going to do better. Right? No one can handle this. If after 1.5 seconds, every single time you look up, this is what you see in front of you, there's nothing you can do. Right? There's no escaping that pocket. There's no nothing. It's just a sack every time. Here, this is actually a play that I will say I believe Russell Wilson's at fault on. What is Russell Wilson known for? His moon ball. When does he throw the moon ball? When his top wide receiver on his team gets one-on-one coverage with no safety help. This safety bites down. They're running cover one robber, which is when you have one deep safety who's patrolling the middle of the field and then one robber safety who comes down here and plays a hook curl underneath, right? So he has Malik Neighbors. If he throws the moon ball way down here to the 40, Malik Neighbors is probably going to catch it and have a touchdown here. But Russ tries to just like fit it in with Marshawn Lattimore having his back turned, but Lattimore reads Neighbors' eyes, turns around, smacks the ball down. Great play by Lattimore. A play where Russell Wilson should be throwing a moon ball there, and if he does, I think they actually might have a touchdown. Let's look at another play. Okay, play action here. Russ steps up, takes about a 6-yard gain. Doesn't look that bad, right? But this is one where I do blame Russ, right? Pause it right here. Yes, you're getting pressured off the edge, but guess what you're going to do? You're going to step up, and you're going to set your feet, and you're going to fire it into Darius Slayton. What does Russell Wilson do? He sees the huge lane right here and rushes for 6 yards. I never mind a 6-yard pickup on first down, but what I do mind is when you have open receivers and you're going to run because you've been getting pressured all day. Yes, this is probably a result of him being pressured, but we have seen this with Russell Wilson in the past. Okay, we're going to look at a few more plays here, but I think you're really getting at the idea, right? Most of this is on the offensive line. Some of it's play calling as well. It'd be a very, very long video for me to really show how bad the play calling was on offense and defense, especially not having your best guys out there, getting your best guys the ball, all this stuff. But Russ wasn't perfect as well, right? Here he's in the shotgun, and here's a great catch by Malik Neighbors. Good job by Russ giving him a chance. Now, what you probably didn't notice on that play is actually the thumbnail for this video. I want you to just watch Russell Wilson right here. Watch him just get absolutely decked, right? Upside down. Here's why, though. How many blockers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? How many people are rushing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, there's no reason at all to have a free rusher when they're rushing 5. And Russell Wilson isn't the one making these checks at the offensive line. They actually have their guard doing most of this stuff, right? So, in my opinion, just looking at it here, you can see there's more people on this side of the line of scrimmage. And 2 of the people on this side of the line of scrimmage are corners. Therefore, in all likelihood, it tells me, hey, they're probably going to bring a blitz from this side of the line of scrimmage. But instead, they don't even worry about it. Great corner blitz here down by the slot. Russ having to get rid of a ball while getting absolutely decked. Great play, but it shouldn't be that difficult, right, to make stuff work. Let's look at this play here. I believe this is a run play, and I think this really just showcases how awful this offensive line played. I want you to watch the hole that's opened up here. We're running an inside zone split play, which we motion him over. He's a big distraction, right? And then our tight end's going to pull this way, and it's going to open up a huge lane right here. But I want you to watch what happens with 72, Jermaine Illuminor. Watch Deron Payne push him back. He throws himself into our running lane. This is the second time we've seen an offensive lineman laying down on the ground in our running lane. That cannot happen in the NFL. But also what I want you to notice is Cam Scatterbo here. It's still kind of open. I mean, not really, but what's up with the happy feet? Like, I know you're thinking about cutting it out, but just go north to south. You're not that fast, right? Go north to south, try to pick up as many yards as possible. Instead, you dance around, you get tackled. What I also want you to notice here is the center, John Michael Schmitz. Watch Bobby Wagner throw him like a rag doll. You're an offensive lineman trying to get to the next level against a linebacker. Yes, Bobby Wagner's an incredible linebacker, but you're getting thrown around like a rag doll against a linebacker. Not a good look here. Couldn't establish a running game at all in this game, and it made life on Russell Wilson very difficult. So overall, what do I think? There's no possible way you think Jaxson Dart is going to be better. No quarterback in the NFL would be better on this roster with this play calling at this current moment. Until this offensive line blocks and executes better, the New York Giants are going to be terrible. Until they can run the ball, the Giants are going to be terrible. Until the defense delivers the way that they were promised to deliver, they're going to be terrible. And I think it starts from the coaches down, the GM down, the fact that they haven't been able to figure out this offensive line. I don't know why their offensive line coach hasn't been fired at this point in time. It's really hard, especially because I was high on this New York Giants team, but now it seems like I'm just high on my own supply after watching the film for week 1. So let me know down below what you think. Man, it was ugly. Thanks for watching.